It is our pleasure to be joined by a two-time NFL All-Pro. He is also a two-time Pro Bowler, and most importantly, just a legend at the University of Oklahoma. Best smile the program's ever seen, baby. Marvin Mims is back. What's going on, man? It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys too. Thanks for having me. I mean, it's great to be able to chop it up with you too. And I always have a good time talking on the pod. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, you guys coming off of a good year, made it into the playoffs, and just got a little bit of a taste. I'm sure you guys have had a good offseason, and everyone's probably really hungry to get back to the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I think like the one thing that helps us is that we have a really young kind of core. And so yeah, you have like the vets that have been there, but the young guys that come in, they've been really hungry. And especially with Bo. I mean, with him coming in, you can see his growth throughout the year and him leading everybody in the room. I mean, it's obvious what he can do out there on the field, especially towards the end of the season. I mean, his growth was remarkable. But yeah, just like you said, good year. You know, no one kind of expected it. Ended up going to Buffalo first game. It was a pretty rough game, but I mean, for that experience, especially with a young team, you know, you always need it.
You guys were up 7-0 in that game, though. I remember that. It
Yeah.
started awesome. I was like, all right, here we go. Let's see what they got. But yeah, tough place to play,
Oh, for
undoubtedly. Now,
sure.
you mentioned Bo Nix. What has it been like developing a relationship with him? Obviously, quarterback wide receiver relationship is extremely important in that league.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to say he was ever hesitant at first. I think when Bo first got there, he was really confident. I mean, you can hear it in the huddle. You guys know how it is to hear a guy's confidence in a huddle, but you could definitely get his confidence from him. But he was also like kind of reserved, you know, a little bit to himself. And as the year went on, you can kind of see the leadership skills building and building and building. And as he got more comfortable in the offense, more comfortable calling the plays in the huddle, I mean, it just kind of helped everybody like escalate really well. You know, we've done like a lot of hanging out, you know, not in the facility, but we've had trips and stuff, you know, with all the guys, and it's been really good. You know, it's been a lot better. But yeah, basically, you know, just trying to get the relationship going. You know, we got a lot of newer guys this year too, so just trying to get everybody on board to, you know, what Sean Payton likes to do in the culture in Denver.
Now that you're established and you know what it's like, you know what the off season's like, the season, what if anything has changed for you with the way that you prepare in the off season leading up to the year?
Yeah, I think it's crazy because, you know, you go through college and it's trying to make you quit 6 a.m. workouts. I had Schmitty my last year, so it was like he's gonna test you every single day. To like NFL, it's more like,
We'll circle back to that.
yeah.
Let me
In the
jot that
NFL,
down
it's
real
more
quick,
like
boys.
body stuff, trying to keep you healthy, safety. Like it's a completely different training. I mean, you guys know how it is, but
You get a chance to like zero in on your weaknesses and your strengths and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, for sure. And after my rookie year, you know, I mean, I came in Denver. I lived in a hotel for like 3 or 4 months with the rookies right into the season. I mean, they say the rookie year is the longest year of your life, and it was. So, like, right after that, got my dog, got some stuff, packed it up in the car, drove 12 hours to Dallas, stayed with my parents all off season, trained out there. But you know, this year I felt like more at home in Denver. So I just stayed out here this year and it was great. It was great. But you know, just you I mean, you know your own weaknesses and you're with the same group of people all season, you know, as far as training staff, strength staff, and you know what you gotta work on, they know what you gotta work on. So they just kind of build up a plan for you and just try to attack that as hard as you can throughout the off season.
I want to talk about your season last year. The first half, and I'm talking about your production at wide receiver.
Mhm.
First half, kind of quiet, and then the second half, you took off, man. What clicked for you? Like what changed for you personally? Or was it, hey, Bo Nix was getting more comfortable? Was that a piece of it? I'm sure it was, but why do you think you had the jump in production in the back half of the season that you did?
Yeah, I think you know, starting off, I mean, offensively with the Broncos, I mean, we weren't that doing that well, you know, at the first half of the season. And some of that goes with Bo and just him being a rookie, you know, getting some his feet under him. And as the season progressed, you know, especially, I mean, it was tough for me. I mean, it was really tough for me not to see the ball, not to be able to like make any plays, change the game, unless it's in the return game, which that's like, you know, you might be able to get good field position where you can get a kick and return it once or twice a game, you know. But I think just the second half of the year, we started really doing stuff that Bo was comfortable with in Oregon, like a lot of RPOs, and then Coach Payton thought it would be a good idea to put me in the backfield, set up mismatches with linebackers, different looks for defenses. And the funny thing is, when we started doing that, first time doing it was Kansas City in Kansas City. So I think that was definitely the first time we played them. And since then, like our offense just took off. I mean, it was more explosive plays. I was able to be a playmaker. I mean, and the funniest thing is like coming from college where I'm with Lincoln Riley and Coach Levy, and it's like one word plays. And with Sean Payton, I mean, Bo's in there spitting a freaking sentence.
I New Orleans was my last stop when
Yeah,
Sean was still the head coach. Sometimes you're in that huddle going, "Oh my gosh, he's still going.
yeah,
He's still going."
for sure. And like the funny thing is, like I'm in the receiver room. They're putting, I mean, we have like 30 different personnel groups. One that tells me to go to slot, one that tells me to go outside, one that tells me to go running back. And then I'm with in the room with the running backs, in the room with the receivers, listening to different stuff, different calls, things I just got to know. And I was able to. They started off really slow with me, but I was able to like pick it up, and they'll give me more and more as the season went along. But it helped us out a bunch and a ton. And you can really see how Bo was kind of comfortable with it, especially with all the RPOs and the college like style that we started putting in. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was a complete game. I mean, my confidence blew out the roof. It just felt like good again. I felt like my old self.
Do you think that that style of play calling and you kind of have to learn some more details of what's going on? Do you think that's helped you as a player, maybe learn defenses, learn more responsibilities, or is it just a hassle that you have to learn to deal with?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely helped me just learn the game better overall. Like just play concept whole as a whole, running back stuff. And I'm back there with right next to Bo. He's telling me some stuff pre-snap. And like it's helped me understand what he's thinking, what he's seeing. Hey, like if you run this rail route, I might let you beat the guy if you get over the top of him, or if I'm getting pressure, I might need to bang it on you real quick. And it's just like the more and more receivers, quarterbacks, and running backs are kind of on that same page, the better it is. I mean, you look at Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, guys that have been playing together for years, and they're just tearing the league up right now. And it's like that's the thing about the NFL. Like a lot of people run the same routes. A lot of people still plays from each other. I mean, in college, we were still in plays from NFL teams, and it's like who has that consistency, who has that kind of kind of the personality, and just who can run it the best, in their own way. And that's kind of what we started doing at towards the end of the year with Bo, and just what he was comfortable with.
Have you had I just remember when like in the Saturday night meetings, Sean Payton would just lay out like the first 15 and basically go, and this is what they're going to do. So we're going to do this. And
Yeah,
this is what we're going to do. And then they'll counter and do this. And Ted, it was unbelievable. Like it would just lay out almost exactly how he would say it in the Saturday night meeting before the game. I assume you've had the same experience.
yeah,
It's kind of wild how correct he is when he predicts this stuff. I remember the first time doing it, be like, and I was paying attention on the sideline. I wasn't playing. I was on practice squad. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is unfolding exactly how he said.
yeah, for sure. Those meetings are insane.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I mean, he'll pull up a seat. He might have like a Coke or something. And when he puts that Coke down, I mean, you're going to be there for a while.
he's
Like
got
he'll
the
put up
jeans with
like,
the designs on them. Still,
yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah. And he'll like sit up there, pull up a chair, grab the clicker. And anytime grabs a clicker, like you're in trouble. You're going to be sitting there for a good amount of time. And he puts like just a white piece of paper up there, 15 plays, 10 plays, however he's feeling. He's going to run through all those plays. And then after that, he's going to go through every single look you could possibly get. And he's going to start with goal line 23, go all the way to 11, 10 personnel if we got it in. I mean, it's insane. Like we're in there. I mean, especially if we start winning, that's the longer the film goes. So we're in there for maybe like 2 hours on a Saturday night.
That's wild. Gabe mentioned it in the intro. Two-time All-Pro punt returner. How has that developed for you? And I know it's always been a part of your game, but it's a different world in the NFL. You get more opportunities. Did you envision maybe that being a real strength of your game in the NFL, or is it something that's just kind of blossomed for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a huge surprise for me. It's been crazy because like you kind of talked about it, it's completely different from college. College you're snapping the ball, everybody's taking off, and then like in the NFL, you have so much space to work with, and you have
I
two
bitch
gunners.
about the college punt rule about
Yeah,
500 times a year.
yeah, for sure.
Can't
I mean,
confirm.
I honestly think they should change it. Just from me speaking, I mean, the college punt rule it's chaos, is utter chaos. And then NFL, I mean, you literally you got two guys to worry about. One of those guys might make a play, make the first one miss, and boom, like depending on the guys are blocking, they're taking off. And like a lot of it has been like the guys up front we had. I mean, you all know how it is, especially being in the locker room. When you have a guy back there that can make a play, you're going to bust your tail and try to get that block and, try and do as much as you can so the guy can make that play. And it's been like a two-way like street for the both of us and just knowing that, they're going to block their tail off. So like my confidence versus where it's like 50-50, oh, should I fair catch this, should I not? It's more like 80-20 because I know they're going to stray until, they can't anymore to try and hold on those blocks. So, yeah, I think it's just confidence in both, the returner and the blockers. But I mean, it's been a huge surprise to me, but it's been huge for our team. I mean, just in our return unit. And I mean, the past 2 years, I know my rookie year we were the leading kick return team, and then last year we were the leading punt return team. And now we got a new special teams coordinator, Darren Rizzi, who was with the Saints for a while with Sean, and is one of the best special teams coordinators in the game. So I'm excited. I mean, that's been a huge kind of stable for us. I've gotten two Pro Bowls, two All Pros off of it, so I absolutely love it.
How how important has that been for you? You mentioned how important it was for your team, but how important has it been for you, like in your confidence, right? Because maybe your second round pick, you're hoping you're coming in, you're going to be super productive as a receiver right away, and it doesn't necessarily go that, but you find this level of success, like you're one of the best returners in the league. Like, how important was that for you and your confidence, especially in your rookie year, Marv?
Yeah, I think especially my rookie year, it hit like the best for sure. And my rookie year, they told me I was gonna start at punt returner, and I was like, cool. Like those guys are hanging punts in the NFL. So it's ridiculous. But I started off kind of hot my rookie year as a receiver. Had over 100 yards in my second game, and then my third game I had a really big game when we went to Miami. But after that, it was kind of just a really dry season. And
Was that
like,
the game when they scored like 70?
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that game.
That was probably like one of my best career games. That's the funny part about it.
Can't
That's
enjoy it as
insane.
much when the other team
Yeah.
scores 70.
For sure. I can't talk about it as much. But no, I mean, at the time I had like Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy, and it's like, these two dudes are like there's some guys. So I was like, I'm gonna take as much as I can, learn from them. And then I think that was the biggest part about it, just not getting the ball as much on offense, not really being in as much, being the younger guy with two established kind of vets in the room, but being able to like go back there and just kind of play loose, play free. As long as I'm making a smart decision, knowing the ball is going to come to me and I can make a play, it was huge for my confidence. I mean, just to put up the numbers that we were putting up as a unit, and yeah, I mean, just confidence wise, it kept me kind of up. And even though like I wasn't getting as much as I could on offense, like looking forward to special teams was kind of like my thing. We took huge pride in it, and it was kind of something we looked forward to.
You mentioning just there's some dudes, and I know you get to go against one all the time on defense and Sertan, defensive player of the year. But like whenever you're out there on the field, who are some of the guys that you've played against, whether they're defensive backs or even some of the monsters in the middle? Who are some people that have caught your eyes? It's like, damn, that's a grown man right there.
Yeah, I think the first, I mean, for sure, Pat Surtain in training camp, like being a rookie, seeing him 6'3", long arms, run with the best of them, move ridiculous. Like he's definitely the best in the game to me. And we played against Chris Jones for the Chiefs, and that dude, I mean, he looks like he's about like 6'10" when he's out there. Like he's huge. Like he's noticeably bigger than everyone else out there. And we played against Tyreek Hill and Miles Garrett. And when I was in the Pro Bowl, I sat on the bus like right behind Derrick Henry, and just seeing how like big the dude was, like it was ridiculous. And
It's
it's
like,
funny because
what
it's
am I
like,
doing here with these
yeah,
guys?
for sure. And it's like these guys that I like grew up watching for the most part, and now like my rookie year, I'm in the Pro Bowl, I'm in the bus like right next to him. And then like Derwin James, who's probably one of the best safeties in the league for a while now, and he's just head hunting, looking for. I mean, he's everywhere. And it's just like certain guys like that. And then, I have Cortland Sutton in my room with me, and he's like a 6'4", can run fast, do everything. Like he's a freak athlete. And just like being able to see them and see how they handle themselves. And even like at the Pro Bowl, seeing how these guys handle themselves, the vets, and going to like Disneyland, Universal and stuff with them. Like it's just cool to like get to know these guys on a deeper level, and then also like be able to play against them. And then after the game, like, everyone, I mean, y'all know how it is. Everyone's kind of boys like after the game, but during the game, it's just really cool to be able to see these guys I've watched on TV since I was in high school.
What what has your experiences with the Pro Bowl been like? I know a lot of people are like, oh, just get rid of it. It's turned into something very different than what it used to be. But what has like have you enjoyed it? Is it fun? I have to imagine it's a lot of fun to go.
Yeah, I think it's sweet. They have us in this really nice hotel, get to hang out with all the guys, and the best part for me is like going to Disney and Universal by far. I mean, that's like I'm a huge like amusement park dude. If I'm going on vacation, like I can't go on the beach or anything. I have to go to like amusement park, something like that. And so, I mean, you'll have wake up, you have like one team meeting, Peyton Manning, and that's another cool thing, being able to see him all the time because he's around. I mean, in Denver all the time too. And just wake up, have practice. You're done by like 12, and you just go to the parks for the rest of the day. So I think it's a lot of fun. The game isn't as big as it used to be, but it's still pretty cool. It's cool to be out there with the guys, and it's more of a fan thing. I mean, you see on the game, it's like mini games and flag football, and I mean, it's tough to really like get into the groove of the game, but you're kind of just out there, and the fans enjoy it. So but it's cool. I like it.
Yeah. How about y'all's defense, man? It's like all of a sudden it came out of nowhere, and Benito's having a crazy year getting to the
Yep.
quarterback. You got great edge guys. You mentioned Sertan. Like they've come out, and all of a sudden, like they're one of the top 10 units in the league.
Mhm. Yeah, the defense was huge for us last year. And I think those guys just gel so well together. They're always hanging out, and I hang out with them a lot too. And but those guys are just always around each other, always on the same page, and they're flying around, head hunting all the time. Like really, it's been really cool to like watch and be a part of. And also like I love it because I'm a returner. So it's like the more sacks they get, the more pushbacks they get, I get more room to, kind of do what I do. And no, but I mean last year they were ridiculous. We got Dre Greenlaw this year and Hufanga both from the 49ers. So I mean they're huge pickups for us, and that defense should be even better this year. But I'm excited. I mean that defense is ridiculous, and practicing against them, I mean it's tough too.
Does it feel different now that you guys had, you made the playoffs? Does this leading into training camp, because right around the corner, right?
Yeah.
Does it feel any different for you? Does it feel different for the team? Like do you feel more of an expectation now that you guys know you're capable of being a playoff team?
Yeah, I think for sure it builds more of an expectation on us just as a team. I mean, going from arguably the worst roster in the NFL last year. Preseason rankings had us like 32nd, and just, making the playoffs and going and just being there. It's not something, I mean, that was the first time the Broncos made the playoffs since Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl. So it was huge for us, but also just knowing the guys we have in, knowing Bo's on his rookie contract. I mean, it is like a win now mentality. And I feel like that's how every team should feel. If you're competitors, everyone wants to win now, everybody wants to compete. But, as an organization, I think we just really expected of ourselves, especially after the way last year went.
Yeah, you can definitely feel a change in the locker room whenever all of a sudden people say, "Hey, we may have something here." You can
Yeah.
feel guys change a little bit. Have you had like you guys got an awesome stadium. It's a
Mhm.
great venue, great crowd. But have there been any like road environments or stadiums that were just extra cool for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think the one of the cooler ones is definitely Kansas City. And I've played there every year. And it's just like for me, my last college game was the Cheese It Bowl. We played Florida State. So they do the same kind of chant Florida State does and everything. And that place gets rowdy. And who else? I mean, for an away game, New Orleans is pretty cool. My family's originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I was the only person born in Texas, so I had a bunch of family at that game on a Thursday night. And the coolest thing ever was I'm not sure what they're doing, but Drew Brees ran out the tunnel and they said like Drew Brees at the end, and like the stadium went crazy. So I thought that was sick, especially growing up, like being a Saints fan when I was younger and all that. But definitely Kansas City. Seattle gets pretty loud too, with the 12th man. I thought honestly it would be louder than it was, but I thought that was pretty loud. Detroit, we played them my rookie year. I mean, Detroit's been rolling recently, like ridiculously, and their fans get really rowdy. Um, I think that might be pretty much it. I know Green Bay, we played them my rookie year, and they travel really well. We play them at
I'm
home, they travel well.
I'm looking at the schedule. You're going to get to play Kansas City on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
That's going to be crazy.
yeah,
It's
it's gonna be
probably going to
insane.
be cold as hell, and there's probably going to be a lot on the line for that one.
Yeah,
That's going to be crazy.
for sure. I know we play Philly this year too. I've
Yeah.
heard nothing but terrible things about their fan base, so
Buckle
we'll
up,
see how
buddy.
that goes. Yeah,
It'll
Playing
be.
Vegas. Vegas is going to be cool. Have you been in that
yeah.
stadium?
Vegas is really rowdy. And it's
Yeah.
surprising because it's like a new relocation for the team and everything, but it's a nice stadium, but those fans get pretty loud too.
You been keeping up with the Sooners?
I have. I tune in every Saturday. I feel so old now. I mean, I go back
You
and
are
it's
old.
like,
You should
yeah.
feel old.
I go back and it's like really none of the guy. I mean, you got like who we have? We got Kip, um,
Dude, the
RJ
change
is
that's
still
just
there.
college football now, though.
Yeah,
And we haven't had nearly the turnover that a lot of places have had. It just you're getting old, man, and when you start
yeah,
going back and you don't know any of the guys, you kind of look around. You're like, wait, what am I doing here?
yeah, literally. That's how it is right now. I just feel so out of place when I go
It's
to like a
crazy
practice
too.
or
Like
something. It's
during the season, it's like, for the longest time, I didn't watch an OU game unless I was like by myself in a hotel room on the road, and
yeah,
it's not the same.
yeah, not at all. It's not the same. And then most of the time we'll have like meetings or something, so I can't even fully watch the game, and it's so different being like a player. But I do look for like if it's a home game, I'm recording it, racing back home, turn it on as soon as I get in the house. But other than that, it's so different. It's just so weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. What do you? I mean, you've kept up with a little bit. You got any predictions for this season for him?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the season. I heard nothing but good things about John Mateer. The funny thing is, he's from Little Elm, and I had no idea. And Little Elm's like right next to Frisco. Like if you like my parents' house is probably like 5 minutes away from Little Elm High School, like right in the middle of the high school I went to and his high school. So I thought that was pretty sweet. I was able to meet him when I went up there for practice during spring ball. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's just I absolutely love Oklahoma football. And I'm just looking forward to these guys, kind of show and prove to everybody who, we are as a school and as a program. And I'm ready for the defense. I think the defense, we're bringing back a lot of people, guys will be healthy and it should be a big year. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited.
You like them being in the SEC? I'm still getting used to it, and we call the games, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's still a little. It's just different because we didn't play against any of these teams. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
That's that's for
it's
sure
just
like the weirdest
it's gonna
thing.
take some time to get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's the weirdest thing for sure. It's just like they're playing against SEC team. Like they're playing against Alabama at home, and it's weird. Like as a former player, it's weird to look at. And like Big 12, like we used to play the Big 12 championship in Dallas. That used to be an easy like home game for me. And like it's just I don't know. It's just different.
Did you get to take any of Sertan's hard-earned money home after that Alabama game?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I wanted to. I was like, you know what? I'm just. It's funny because we got a lot of Texas guys on the roster too. And
Yeah.
that's all they do is talk crap. And the funny thing is, like, whenever they get to talking, like we got Malcolm Roach, he played D line, PJ Locke played safety, Brennan Jones, Sam Ellinger. We got Sam Ellinger now. So like they love to bring stuff up. And then the funny thing is you ask them what their record against OU is, and it's all losing records.
That's
That's
awesome.
that's the best. We need to beat them this year. Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Come on. We can't have a repeat of what happened a season ago. That was not. I did not have a good time.
Yeah, me neither. I just had to go. Lily had a game the next day, and I just had to show up and not say a word to anybody.
Yeah. If
I
anything, we need to win some games so you can puff the chest out in the locker room and
Yeah,
start cashing some bets.
For sure. For
Uh,
sure.
all right, you mentioned you had Schmitty your last year.
Mhm.
Everyone, this people like anytime you talk to an OU fan, they want to know your best Schmitty story. It's just like
Yeah.
something to people. It's like it's become this over the last 20 years. It's become this thing that people really want to know. So, what do you got? What's your best one?
Yeah, I think for me, the one that I always think of because I was just put in a crazy situation was so we're lifting and part of like Schmitty's group and we're lifting and we're done with the lift. We go out. I mean, you guys know what our weight room looks like the main one. We go out in the like little turf part. We start stretching. So it's like me, Drake Stoops, and then like this other guy. I don't want to name him, but we're sitting there lifting, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom." So he goes to the bathroom, pees for like maybe like a minute or so, and Schmitty's like, "Where'd he go?" We're like, "Oh, he went to the bathroom." So he comes back, and Schmitty makes him get on the stairmaster and lift with the next group. This is like summer, 3 o'clock during the day. Like he has to start the whole lift over just because he had to pee at the end of it.
Oh
I
my
just,
God.
for me, I just thought that was the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Uh,
Well, you never know. You never know what's gonna get.
gotta hold that P, man.
Just go,
Apparently,
man. Just go. That's crazy.
Marv, you're the best, man. It is so awesome seeing you have the success that you're having. I still think your parents loved me because I said you were going to be a first rounder. I think after your first game you played at OU.
Maybe
yeah,
after the first catch.
I think it was maybe at halftime of your first
yeah,
game at OU. I wasn't that far off. You got picked in the second. I was close.
yeah, pretty
But
close.
dude, it's awesome. You're the best. We love seeing you have the success that you're having, man. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me. It's always a good time to be on here and chop it up with you guys. But yeah, thanks.
Go Broncos.
Yes,
Right.
sir.